is Adelai Brown, your heart coach, and welcome to Heart Talk with Adelai Brown. Remember, here on this channel, we grow heart equity, which we define as personal, relational, and financial wealth that we obtain through authentic living. So thankful to be here with y'all today. And I really just wanted to get on because I get on and we do a lot of hard work and we talk about dealing with our issues. And today I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, working on some business expansion. God is calling me to expand my business and go out. So many of you may know I am a life and business coach and strategist, and also a licensed realtor. So I work with individuals to grow personal, relational, and financial wealth through authentic living. And that's how we do that. We offer executive coaching and entrepreneurship training. We offer emotional intelligence and hard work mastery. And we work on financial growth and wealth and investment via I'm looking at the directions, excuse me, via real estate and financial literacy and wellness. And I wanted to get on today because I've had quite a few conversations recently about people who want to purchase real estate, people who want to start getting into investing. And I just want to encourage you to really be serious about monitoring and managing your credit. I talk to some people that don't want to deal with credit, they just want to buy things cash. And I can understand that. I don't necessarily disagree with that all the time. However, I do feel like many times we can really maximize our investments by being able to leverage financing and credit and things of that nature. Many times, that's how you see a lot of people able to build wealth. They're able to keep up with their credit, manage their credit so that they are able to use their credit and leverage their credit to build wealth, right? And a lot of people don't realize that that's something you can do. Many of us were not educated on financial management and literacy, so you don't know that maintaining your credit, not having so much debt, making sure that you pay your credit card bills on time and pay your balances down. These are very critical steps in you being able to purchase a home, start getting into investing. I find a lot of people that think that they can just go to somebody, this person is going to like wipe their credit clean, and then they can just go and start buying real estate because something they heard that online or somebody just told them that. But I just want to reiterate that you purchasing a home or purchasing real estate is just as unique as you going to the doctor and sitting down with the doctor and talking about your history and talking about your history and talking about what you've gone through, what are some of the challenges you're dealing with, so that the doctor can properly diagnose you for whatever the situation is and give you a diagnosis and a prognosis to move forward with. And essentially, when I work with individuals and we sit down and we do my real estate preparedness session, when you sit down and we say, okay, let's look at your financial situation, let's look at your debt to income ratio, let's look at some of the assets you already have in place, and let's look at your credit and see how we can leverage your credit so that you can maximize the potential of wealth growth in your life. A lot of people don't realize the power that they have just by having a social security number and having a credit score here, because there are many places around the world that don't deal with credit. If you don't have the cash to buy something, you can't get it. But in America, if you have the credit, you don't have to have the cash. You can have the credit, but you have to have a plan for how you plan to repay that credit that you have borrowed. Many people, when purchasing a home, do not have $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 in a bank to go buy a property. That's why you get with a bank or a mortgage company to find out how much can you qualify to purchase, right? But a lot of times, and how much you qualify to purchase is determined by your income, your debt, your credit history. Yes, I am a realtor. Your and good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're coming in from. I am a realtor licensed in South Carolina, getting ready to be licensed in Georgia as well. And I'm out and about right now doing some work in Atlanta, doing some networking. So if you're in the Atlanta area, hit me up. But yeah, so when you look at what your buying power, when you hear somebody say, well, let's see what your buying power, you want to find out how much real estate can you afford. Some people want to buy a home, some people want to buy a commercial property, some people want to buy a property that can be used in multiple uses, commercial and residential. But whatever. Sending you love back to India. Thank you for being here. I'm so glad that y'all are on. Sending love all the way to India. So when you talk about what's the fastest I've done a deal for real estate, I think the fastest I've closed a deal for real estate was like 12, 13 days. The property closed, something like that. But yeah, so when we talk about buying power, if you want to find out how much home you can afford, then you're looking at what is your current income, what are your current debts, what are your current assets, and how do all of these things, and what is your credit history, right? What do you have on your credit, if you have a credit history at all? And it's a couple other factors that go into it, but typically that is what a lender, which is the person that would be loaning you the money to purchase this real estate, that's what a lender would be looking for. So a lot of people, like I've talked to people who want to buy a house and don't have a job. Okay, well, you can buy a property, but you have to be able to prove your income. Do you have some type of check coming in every month where you get a consistent? Are you on disability? Do you get some type of support, some type of annuity payment that covers your monthly expenses? You have to have some type of income to purchase a property. Another thing that I find a lot of people don't realize is when you are purchasing property, you really want to know what your debts are. A lot of people do not have a clue as to what their debt is, like what they owe, how much they owe people, and who they owe, and how long have they owed these people. So many times we're spending money and making financial decisions and really don't have a clue as to what's going on in our own personal lives. So when you are looking at wanting to buy real estate and finding out what is your buying power, you need to think about that. What are your credit card balances? Who do you owe? Who are the bill collectors that are calling you right now? And how are you going to navigate dealing with them? I think one of the biggest things I found that stops people from getting approved to buy real estate is their credit card balances. Your credit card balances need to be paid down in order for you to buy a home. A lot of people are carrying a lot of rollover credit on their credit card balances, and those credit card balances are really hindering you from being able to purchase a home. And when I offer my real estate consulting service, we go over how you can pay down that debt, how you can focus on paying down that debt in a way that works for you and your individual circumstance, because everybody has a different financial circumstance. Your financial circumstance is just as unique as, like I said, your medical history, your driving history. You may see similar things to other people, but it is not the same as anybody else. So so you said mine at zero. Granted, I only have two cards. That's actually excellent, Ghost Pepper. Having two cards, having your balance at zero. The funny thing about credit is lenders want to see if you're going to use it. It's funny. It's like they want to see how much credit you have, but then they want to see if you're using it or not. The less you're using your credit, the more likely you are to get approved for more credit. So if you have a credit card or you have a line of credit, you want to make sure that you are keeping those balances down every month when they're reporting on your credit report, right? Another thing a lot of people don't realize impacts them a lot when they are purchasing a home is like interest and loans that they already have. When you're purchasing a home, and let's say you have a car note, but your interest rate on your car note is 13%, you could still get approved, but that lender is looking at why is the interest rate so high on this car. So they're looking at that and thinking this person might be a little bit more of a liability because their interest rate is so high on their car note. So these are little things you hear people talking about credit. I very seldom hear people talking about things like this. So these are just some of the nooks and crannies of. I see you, mommy. Every time I see random butterflies, I feel like it's my mother. I go over my limit all the time and pay it off, though. Capital One won't raise my limit. If you, Ghost Pepper, if you pay your balance down every month before it reports on your credit report, Capital One will eventually increase your limit. You'll be surprised. If you do that for about 2 or 3 months straight, I would love for you to come back and let me know. But you have to do that, right? And I agree, you need to live frugally. Some of us are just too much of consumers. We consume too much and we're in debt and we're not able to grow the wealth that we want to grow. And it's really nobody else's fault but our own. Like I tell people all the time, stop trying to keep up with the Joneses. Because who are they anyway? Actually, I did find out who the Joneses are. That's another story for another time. But like, stop trying to keep up with the Joneses and be something that you're not. When I get on here and you hear me talking about hard work, all of these things go together. I believe that, you're not, even if you're a wealthy person, you cannot enjoy your wealth if you don't have a good foundation of your self image and your self worth, if you don't see yourself healthily. If you are working on seeing yourself well, but you're still not in a good space financially, then that's just a sign that there is some more work you need to do on your foundation. Your heart, your mind, will, and emotions, also interchangeably used as your soul. Your heart and soul goes into every purchase that you make. So if you're struggling with your finances and you're struggling with getting yourself together when it comes to real estate, you really need to sit down and do some reflection and really think about where you are. And you really need to think about where you are and what you're trying to do in this season. Like, you need to think about what's troubling your heart that's causing these issues. And it's nice talking to you too. I hope y'all like and subscribe and come back, because we're going to be talking about more of these things. I also help individuals with business startup and business growth and development, because I really believe that all of these things go hand in hand with all of these things go hand in hand with us being able to grow wealth. Right now, I'm in downtown Atlanta. Y'all see this? This is what I got going on right now. So I'm getting ready to get off because I got to find some place to park. Okay, I wanted y'all to see what I got going on today. Your girl really out here working, trying to figure it out. And I really wanted to bring y'all into the conversation today because I want more of us buying homes, buying properties. If you want to buy property in Georgia or South Carolina, hit your girl up. Go to Hard Homes, Linktree /Hard Homes. Go to Linktree / the Heart Connections. We have resources there, ways that we can connect. I can discuss with you ways that I can support you. Y'all, this is new for me. This looks very different than downtown Charleston. I can tell you that much. Um, but yeah, let me know any other credit questions you have. I know I was jumping all over the place, but I know that that's some really good information. Start getting your credit card balances and your line of credit under control. Start working on being more free. Stop spending so much money. Stop. I think this might be it. Yes, here we go. Yay! I talked to y'all and made it right where I was supposed to be. Yes, 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 yes. All right. So start. I'm recording myself. Recording myself. Where the heck am I going? Express visitor monthly. Okay. All right. So start paying down your credit better. Start paying down your credit. Start paying down your credit. Start checking what your checking on your debt, right? And then it's nice, and I'm so glad y'all were here today. And then let me know what other questions you have. I'm sure this helps some people, but I feel like there might be some other people that have. I was talking today, so that might have sparked some other questions. Let me know what they are. I would love. I would love to. This is a 3 hour limit. I guess I'll be here for 3 hours. Yeah, I'm gonna go back. Let me back into the sucker real quick. Yeah, start asking me questions. I'm sorry I was so distracted, y'all. Start letting me know what the questions are so that I can answer them, so that I can help you. And even if you are someplace where I'm not in service, I can even support you in finding a realtor that can help you in your location, right? Because I just believe the Bible tells us the earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof. So, especially those of us that are children of the King, we have promises that are promised to us, and we need to take advantage of these things. Let me make sure I'm not. Let me back up a little bit. There we go. We need to take advantage of these things, right? Okay. Well, I love y'all. This was awesome. Please share this video, like it. Please subscribe if this helped you. I promise we will keep bringing more content that can be beneficial. And follow me on my other platforms. I'm on Instagram at Heart Coach Talk or Adelai Brown Real Estate. I'm on Facebook, Heart Coach Talk, Adelai Brown Real Estate, Perspective Living. I'm on TikTok, Heart Coach Talk 1. Would love to connect with y'all. Okay? Have a great day. I'll see y'all next time. Adelai Brown, your Heart Coach, signing out.